Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a brand new video, and for today's video I'm going to be doing my weekly check-ins for week 2 and 3. Now I know this video is really late, especially for week 2, and I don't typically film 2 weekly check-ins at once, although I have in the past. But if you guys have not been keeping up with like my life or anything and been watching the past couple of videos, I lost my voice completely after my sister's wedding last Sunday. Well, not last Sunday, on the 12th. So my voice was pretty much gone the first half of the week up until I think I filmed something on Wednesday and got that up. And by then it was way too late that I just thought that I would just combine both of my weekly check-ins together. Now, I don't typically like to weekly check-in for 2 weeks at once just because it becomes very tedious as I let more days go by and I haven't really like tracked everything down. Although I do have most of my expenses in my micro happy planner here. This is where I keep all of my cash envelope trackers. It's still kind of tedious to do this video for 2 whole weeks, so I'm going to just get right into it. I am going to weekly check in like I mentioned for week 2 and 3, and those weeks for me, in the beginning of the month I mentioned how it's going to be a little bit different for the first couple of weeks. So let me see. So it's ended on the 6th. So then I'm going to do week 2, the 7th until the 12th. And then week 3 is going to be from the 13th up until the 19th. So the 19th is going to be the last day. That's typically how I do it from Monday through Sunday. And I think it should work out pretty well for the rest of the month. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I do have my cash envelopes with me right here in my personal planner, as you guys know. And then the categories that I like to track or weekly check in for are my food, which are both my groceries and eating out cash envelopes, my gas, and shopping, which those are both my allowance and beauty. And then we have an unbudgeted section, which is just for any unbudgeted expenses. Now, these are my cash envelopes for this month, which I've mentioned before how extra they are. And honestly, guys, I've been having cash envelopes, especially in my personal planner, for a couple of months now, almost a year, I want to say. And I really, really like it. But with how crazy things have been, as you guys know, I've been having a lot of family here, and I've gone to places like amusement parks. So what I've been doing a lot this month actually is that I haven't really been keeping my cash envelopes in my personal planner as much anymore. I do still have them in here because that's typically where I put my money, but for places like whenever I went to amusement parks like Universal Studios and Disneyland, I actually started using my cash wallet dividers. So these are pretty much, they look pretty much the same as cash envelopes, but they're just dividers for your wallet. So I've been using these in my wallet, and I actually been loving this method quite a lot. So I think I might end up switching to this for February just to kind of go like a whole month through it. So let me know how you feel about that. I know a lot of people use cash envelopes, but I also know a variety of people use cash dividers, which I have actually been liking for my expenses. So first things that I want to do is I'm going to go to my monthly view, because I've decided to finally change my little key here, which is just essentially a compliment card and a coil clip from Erin Condren. I've had this for I think over a year now, so I decided to change to one from the new pattern, which is this one. And I just went ahead and put my stickers here already. I really love how the kaleidoscope pattern looks with this. And then in the back, I just really liked the quote, which just says, "The comeback is always stronger than the setback," which is something that I really have to remember, that even though I have tons of setbacks pretty much on a weekly basis, the comeback that comes from them is just even bigger and better. So that's something good to remember, especially when budgeting, because although let's say you could have had the worst month ever when it comes to your finances in December because of like the holiday season or whatever, it's always nice to remember that there's going to be a bigger comeback and you'll be able to do better if you just plan accordingly for the months to come. So these are my categories. Once again, these are all the stickers. I do categorize some of my cash envelopes together, like food and shopping, and I did leave a little bit of space here because I'm thinking that for February I'm going to start adding a sticker for coffee. I also have my coil clip here, and I'm just gonna cut it in half. I think that's what I did last year, I want to say. So BRB. I'm going to take this out and like so. Here. Okay, so this is all good now, and also works as a little tab that I'll have there, like so. It's not too long, but that's okay. Okay, so that's what I have, and now I'm going to lay down my stickers. I'm probably going to fast forward this part because I have quite a few expenses, and I will just talk about them as I'm weekly checking in for them. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm all done with laying down my stickers, and you guys can definitely see a pattern of when I've spent money, which has been pretty much the second half of the week. That's just really funny to me. I've just been going out with my family a lot more, especially with like the last people that are here. As you guys know, most of my family left on the 13th, but I still have a couple of family members here, so I've been trying to go out with them a little bit more and just spend more time with them. So let me go ahead and now lay down my no spend stickers. So for no spends, we're looking for 2 weeks, so from the 7th until the 19th. No spend on these days. So 8th, not the weekend, 13th, 14th, 15th, and the 17th. So in the first week I had 2 no spends, and in the second week I had 4 no spends. So pretty good, I would say. Now next I'm going to go through my weekly check-in. So I'm going to add all of my food, all of my gas, and all of my shopping for the first week. So from the 7th until the 12th. So for food I only have one, which was for Target. Went grocery shopping. I think that might have been my first grocery run of the month, which is kind of crazy. So then I'm going to subtract 355 minus 30. That means that I had 325 for first week. Then for gas, I did pump gas this day, and I'm going to go ahead and just check these off as I go. I pumped gas for $40, and I haven't pumped since then. Then I have shopping, which I had quite a few. I got my hair dye from Sally's. That was $16. Then I paid for parking when I picked up my aunt. That was $5. And then for my nails, it was $117. This is including tip. And I didn't only get my nails done. I got my nails and I got a pedicure too. So that was all of that. So in total, that is $138. So minus $256. I had $118 left over. And I don't have any unbudgeted expenses. No red stickers, so we're good there for that first week. I did pay for my student loans. And the last thing that I want to talk about, this one, Disneyland. I ended up going to Disneyland on the 9th, and I have a budget for this. I believe I budgeted like $500 just because I thought I was going to go 2 days. And there actually was a promotion for Disneyland for California residents that you get to do a like 3-day pass for $67 each. And so I went ahead and paid for that. So that's included in here. So I still have 2 more tickets to go, I believe, until like the end of May, which I'm really excited about. And I ended up buying just snacks, so like churros, a pretzel, We ate at Pizza Planner. It was a bunch of things. I know it's been a while since then. I had a really fun time, and I'm kind of sad that I wasn't able to talk about this more with you guys last week just because I was really sick. I feel like I haven't really been on. There's just been a lot going on these past couple of weeks. So for our budget, we had no expenses and a dash there. So now let's look at the last week, which was from the 13th until the 19th. So once again, I'm gonna go through all the pink stickers, which is my food. So we have 10 plus 20 plus 70. 10, I went to Cane's with my cousins and my aunt, and me and Portis ended up splitting that. Then at Target, I believe I got like a couple of snacks to have at home, and then on the 18th I gave groceries to my mom. I always tend to give her grocery money, especially because my family has been here. So in total that was $100 spent for food. Aside from that Cane's trip, I have not gone out to like eat where I've had to pay, which has been really nice, but I feel like I need to use my money up. I could always roll it over, of course, but I think I might just end up taking them out to eat, which every time we've gone out to eat, none of my family lets me pay, which is kind of like, oh, no, I want to pay, you know? But yeah, so that is $225 that I should have left over. And for this, I am going to take out my tracker and my cash envelopes. For groceries, I have $105 after Target runs and groceries from the grocery money that I gave my mom. So I should have 105. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 105. That is for groceries. And then for eating out, I should have 120. Like I mentioned, I still have 120, which is I think really good, but I just haven't had really much time to go out. I've been working quite a lot the past couple of weeks, aside from like going out to like amusement parks and stuff. So I should have 120 here. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 120 right there. The next we have gas, which I didn't pump again since I pumped on the 11th. So I should still have $60, which let me just count that really quick. I'm typically pretty good with gas, 20, 40, 60, just because I don't go out much, but I have taken my family out quite a bit. Then we have shopping, which is my beauty and allowance cash envelopes. On the 16th, I actually went to Citadel with my cousins, my aunt, and my uncle. And I went ahead and just marked that as Citadel, but it was a couple of expenses. Like I bought a sweater from the Disney store. I bought a purse from Kate Spade, which this is not the whole amount of the purse. I actually had $100 that my aunt gave me for Christmas. So that was just the difference that I had to pay, which I just took out of my allowance. And then I ended up buying a Funko Pop. Guys, I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm over here thinking I'm a pop collector. I think Paul is rubbing off on me. So I got a pop from the Citadel outlets, and then we actually ended up going to the Funko Hollywood store on the 18th with my family, which was really nice. I liked it. That ended up being $13 more, counting the $2 parking fee that I had to pay for. I'm sorry if I rushed that. My mom was calling me on the phone. So Citadel, $75. Oh, and then I went to Rite Aid on the 16th. I'm sorry, the brightness is going up like that, but because my eyelids have been so dry and like peeling, I think it has to do with the fact that I'm like crying all the time because I miss my family so much, which like TMI, but it's the truth. So I spent $17 there for an eye. My camera turned off. So then I got the eye cream from Rite Aid, and I really have been liking it actually. I plan, I think, on doing a favorites video at the end of the month, so let me know if you guys would like to see that. So then plus 13, that was a total of 105 for my shopping category. So 105, so that means subtracting what I had last week, I should have $13 left in my shopping envelopes, which are my allowance and my beauty, which for allowance, I only have $7 left. I typically don't use up all of my allowance, but I think it was because I actually went out of my house and like purchased a couple of things. I really like the sweater that I purchased from the Disney store, and I'll probably use it whenever I go to Disneyland again. So $7 left in allowance, so 5, 6, and 7. Let's see what I can buy myself with $7. And oops, there you go. And then for beauty, after Rite Aid, I have $6, which I'll show you guys right here. 6, 5, 6, like so. So that is what I have for my cash envelopes. Now, last but not least, and I don't have any unbudgeted. No, I don't. I've been pretty good with that. And then last but not least, I also have my coffee cash envelope, which from the beginning I wanted to make this strictly for whenever I got coffee for studying, and I haven't actually gone out to study, which is so bad. I want to go more this week. I've just been all over the place, guys. I've had so many budget fails too, which I'm going to talk about right now. But for coffee, I ended up just taking $15. Me, Paul, my cousins, and my aunt, and I ended up going to Tierra Mia, and I wanted to take them just so they can try it. So me and Paul split that and each paid $15 for that. So I think that's pretty much it for the weekly check-in part of things. I want to say so. Yes, it is. So for week 4, I'm just gonna go ahead and write it right now since we're already here. For week 4, that's gonna be from the 20th until the 26th. I think by this time it should be fine. And then the last week will be from the 27th until the 31st. So that's going to be my 2 last weekly check-ins. I'll probably do my 5th one with my budget results video, if you guys are wondering. And now let's go ahead and move on to the next sections of my budget planner. One main one being my sinking funds. I'm going to talk about my budget fails this past month, and I believe like last month too. In my budget results video, a couple of you guys were mentioning how I didn't take out $5 extra for my date night, and so what I ended up doing was I just took those extra $5 from my allowance cash envelope, since I did have money left over and I didn't use that to like roll over or anything. So that was kind of how I fixed things. I didn't really want to go back and really review every single thing, knowing that I had money to take out of my allowance, and that's kind of how I fixed things. Now that's just how I personally did it, but there's obviously other ways that you can go about it, but I just thought that I would just do that because I've been a mess this whole month, to be honest, guys. So I'm gonna just talk to you guys a little bit about that. There's been so many budget fails. On the 11th, I had a car payment. Well, actually, I ended up paying it on the 11th, but it turns out since I've gone to like the transition from my sister leasing the car to me financing the car, it's like a whole transition, guys. Maybe you guys have ever gone through it, you kind of know where I'm at. But my payments were typically on the 11th when the car was on a lease, and since the new year, the payments actually changed to the 1st, and I didn't realize this. Such a budget fail for me, I think, up until the 11th, when I had to like go through like a new app and sign in, make an account, and check everything out. So I'm actually going to end up paying a late fee. Now, I've paid for the actual car payment. I have no clue why it won't let me pay for the late fee as well. So that's why it's blank as of now. But once I've paid for the late fee, which I'm going to try to do it today, I'll go ahead and put the amount here. But it was around like $370 for my car payment. I think the late fee was included in that. So that's another budgeting fail for me as well, which, you know what, I'm not perfect, so if they can happen to me, they can happen to you. And it's just things that I just have to move on from. So it's not like big things, but I did have a late payment on that, which kind of sucks, but you know, you live and you learn. And then I had a car insurance payment for $300. I sent that to my dad, and he ends up paying for that. And then last but not least, I took money out of my medical on the 16th. I took out $29 exactly for some medicine. I ended up just getting Tylenol and like Mucinex for like my throat and like phlegm and stuff, TMI. But yeah, that is what I got from that. And that is it for my sinking funds spread. And then last but not least, I do like to go over my business expenses, just an overview of them, especially today, just because as you guys can see from the last time we saw each other, there's been quite a few expenses. I think the last time we saw each other, we were up to here, and now there's so many. I've just been trying out a lot of different other shops that I have never purchased from, which is nice because I'll be able to show more variety in my sticker hauls. So do be excited for that. There's a ton of shops here that I've never actually featured in my channel, so super excited to check out their stuff and for you guys to know other shops, because I feel like there's so many sticker shops and I definitely want to try out as many as I can and kind of get my planning style from there. So with that being said, that's pretty much all that I have for this video. I hope this wasn't too long for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. Let me know how your January monthly budget is going. Do you guys weekly check-in? What is it that you guys do? I know a lot of people either weekly check-in or just track their expenses. I think both are very essential for creating the perfect budget for you. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and hopefully I will get to see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.